If you have never been in a minor car accident, well, consider yourself one of the lucky ones. But if you have, you know all too well what happens after the fact between the insurance company and getting your vehicle fixed.
Yeah, it's not a lot of fun. So what do you need to know? Delmarva Life's Brian Spiro sat down with the folks at Expert Collision in Salisbury. He got some helpful advice everyone should know. Take a look.
As most of you know, accidents happen. And when they do, you need to call in a professional to help with the cleanup.
We survive on word of mouth, and our reputation is what we stand on.
Jerry Wilkerson is the co-owner of Expert Collision in Salisbury. His business handles everything and anything when it comes to collision damage. Jerry began working with cars back in the 1960s. In 1978, he was employed by a company that owned automotive shops across the country. Jerry says the owner of the Salisbury location where he worked didn't want the business anymore and left town, leaving him and his co-workers to carry on.
There was 4 of us in the shop, and we decided that the money they owed us for salaries and vacation stuff, we took the equipment and started our own business in 1978.
From there, the business grew into what it is today.
We started, I said we had room enough to work on 3 cars at a time. And normally when we're busy now and I have everything going, we're capable of working on probably 40 cars a week.
Expert Collision is part of what's called a direct repair program. That means insurance companies use his business to make repairs after someone is in an accident.
Once they notify the insurance company notify us that these people have had an accident. We will call them and set up an appointment when it suits them to come by for an estimate. And once we give them the estimate, we'll give them a date before they leave when they can bring their car in and have the repairs started on it.
Jerry says one misconception is people often think after an accident they have to use the insurance company's preferred auto body shop. That's not the case.
Another misconception people have, as soon as they have an accident, they think they need to go get 3 estimates. That's not, years ago that was the process, but since the computer age has started, all they need to do is call the insurance company, and the insurance company will tell them they'll have an adjuster out to look at the car or to go to one of their DRP programs.
And many of us have all been in this situation. We have what we think is minor damage to our car, but the estimate proves otherwise. Jerry says because of how vehicles are built nowadays, it's hard to tell the extent of the damage until they begin taking the vehicle apart.
Behind the panels, you have a lot of structural items and stuff, and the cars have gotten so small, complicated with computers and different components that we can't see behind these panels, you know, what is damaged.
So case in point, there could be more than meets the eye beneath the surface. Just like any other business, Expert Collision has had to keep up with the times, especially when it comes to technology. One of the ways they've done that, keeping you informed during the repair process. Jerry says they are able to upload pictures of a car from the moment it arrives at the shop until it's completely fixed. All the customer has to do is log on to a website and see what's happening. They can even ask questions or get information without having to call or leave home. For Jerry, it's part of keeping the customer informed and leaving them driving away with a job well done.
We take something that's damaged, and when the people come pick it up, you know, it looks like it did before. That's, you know, that's the pleasure in that.
And up next on Delmarva Life, get your sweet tooth ready. We're dipping into this. Stay with us to find out why chocolate fountains are becoming all the rage.
Plus, Brian's sneaking up on a guy. He and Drexel, they're out right now inching closer to reveal Delmarva Life's most deserving mom. Brian?
Jimmy and Lisa, this is turning into a covert operation. I'm here with Drexel from Bad Hair Day. We're right outside the house of Delmarva Life's most deserving mom, but we're not going to tell you who she is just yet. We'll reveal that a little later on in the show. Stay with us. You're watching Delmarva Life. I think someone saw it.